A quick video? Okay, how about this one? This just came in today. It was a video I made called Receding Hairline, My Universal Advice for a Hairstyle. Our friend Sam D had this to say, quote, "At what point does thinning transition from minor to major where you start buzzing it off?" End quote. Very good and relevant question. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say when other people noticeably see that you're thinning, not balding, not receding hairline, but actually balding, as in they can see your scalp through your hair, I'd see maybe that's time to transition to buzzing it off. Now, of course, as we all know by now, you could have, the Norwood scale can be completely separate from the fact that you may be thinning. You could be a Norwood 2, but have diffuse thinning, and people can see your scalp through your hair no matter what length it is. You know, that's one thing. Or you could be a Norwood 3, which I am, but unlike me, have no thinning at all. So it's like, well, who cares if you have Norwood 3 as long as you don't have any thinning? But what I'm going to say is the moment, because see, you yourself can notice the thinning before anybody else. I can look in the mirror and I can see that. But you know what? Nobody else notices this. They don't. In the real world, no one looks at me as a guy who's balding. You do, but you're trained to, because I talk about this for 20 minutes of your life every day. So of course you're going to notice it on me, and I've got a selfie right in my face all the time. Okay, but in the real world, people don't see me as that. They know me for all the things I actually am, and that's what they're focused on. But as far as if other people can notice that your hair is thinning, if someone's saying, man, your hair is really starting to thin out right up here, and if that came to pass, if you heard it once, then maybe you'll hear it a second time. And of course, the response is not to be offended, of course, but to embrace that is, okay, if this is how other people notice that to this degree, then maybe it is time for me to start buzzing it off. Maybe my hair is that thin. But just because you notice it, I'm gonna say that's not a good enough reason to buzz it off, because I can notice my own hair loss and you don't see me throwing the baby out with the dishwasher, right? So, and there's also too, I've talked about, there's gonna be certain links that you can pull off your hair, even though your hair's thinning, you can still get away with hairstyles, is what I'm trying to say. And for me, I know that if it's less than an inch long, it becomes obvious. And probably if I grew up much longer, it could even become obvious too, I don't know. So just kind of keeping my hair in a more of a medium in-between length for me. But if you have really long hair and it's really thin, sure, that'd be noticeable. If it's only starting to thin, maybe not so much. It just really depends, I think, on how the rest of the world sees it. But don't go around asking, hey, can you tell my hair's thinning? What you have to do, you just have to wait till the free market hits you. And you have to wait till somebody says something. And then again, and then again. And then you realize, okay, yeah, I guess maybe I do want to consider buzzing it off at this point. So that's what I'm going to go with. Because for me, I mean, I'm Norwood 3, but you know, as I mentioned in the video where it was raining yesterday, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep on to Norwood 3. If the thinning overpowers what's going on, it's more like I'm going to go into Norwood 4 anyway. And it could be debatable whether it's the Norwood 4 taking over or the thinning taking over or both or whatever. But that's going to be my suggestion to that. When other people start noticing on their own that your hair is thinning and it's that bad, maybe at that point take it into consideration. But don't ask, because if you ask, people aren't probably going to be that honest with you about that personally. So, of course, now you're thinking, well, Nick, that makes you a hypocrite, because those videos where you interview girls about what they think about balding guys, and they're just lying to you so that no one will feel bad. I disagree, because I ask them up front what they find attractive. And that's guys like, well, I'm not single anymore, obviously, but guys like me who understand what they're actually looking for are always going to get the girl, because they know to focus on those things. Even if it did bother a girl about hair loss, she's still going to focus on those other things. All right, here's your short video.